Thank you. I'm really honored that you took the time out to talk to me. I actually got my start not in content marketing at all. I was actually working journalist for quite some time.
Sure.
Uh, and really like boots on the ground. I covered school boards, town hall meetings, courts, crime, you name it, real small town
Wow.
life. Yeah, and one of the things I learned very quickly is that there's never a slow day
Yeah.
in the news business. And the pace of that was really attractive to me.
Hmm.
And when the news business started to contract, and as we all know, the industry has gone through a tremendous amount of change. I was really surprised at how many brands, both B2C and B2B, were really looking for that competency, that ability to tell a story, but also to tell a story quickly
Hmm.
and efficiently and at scale.
Sure.
And it seemed kind of like a natural transition. So my first
Sure.
bridge from journalism to content marketing was actually at a hyper local news startup
Sure.
that was trying to bring the local news across the country. And I got bitten by the startup bug there. I loved given really ambiguous problems to solve, one where there wasn't an easy or obvious answer.
Hmm.
And that has really been where I have stayed
Yeah.
since then. And that was in like 2009. So really since 2009, I've been working almost exclusively in high growth startups, give or
Um,
take. Yeah, but that's where I find I get the most energy. I love building content teams from scratch, assembling really talented people
mhm.
and giving them a positive and encouraging place to work and be creative is an honor. I mean, it's just really lucky that I'm able to do that. Yeah, I have a tremendous amount of thoughts on this. I think about it every day. So there's many ways to tackle it. You can think of yourself as a content marketing team as you're kind of embedding in to the
Mhm.
strategy of another team. Let's take
Sure.
demand generation, for
Yeah.
example. They're going to have a pipeline goal and
Yeah.
they're going to live or die by that pipeline goal.
Mhm.
So I view it as really powerful for the business if I can lock into and share that KPI and really become one team, right? So
Sure.
my success is not separate from your success. That is hugely beneficial for the business. Now, that's not the only thing that content marketers do,
Yeah.
right? So they're not just doing demand generation. They're over here maybe working with the global comms team,
Mhm.
or they have organic social, or maybe they have a whole scaled SEO project that they're working on.
Yeah.
Those would be completely separate KPIs, right? Where you're
Got it.
looking at engagement, you're looking at engagement rates, you're looking at earned media metrics, whether that's how many journalists having written an article about this big global survey that you spent so much time and money producing.
Yeah.
So I think the fundamental challenge for a content marketing leader specifically is, how do you marry all of these metrics together
Mhm.
to tell a coherent story back to the business? And I cannot
Got it.
say that I have succeeded on this global, let's call it an engagement metric,
Mhm.
right? That kind of summarizes all of the content marketing activity,
Yeah.
because I think it is pretty distributed in
Yeah.
a larger company, particularly in B2B.
Sure.
Uh, so I think I think about it every day, but B, I think ultimately this is the problem that we have to solve,
Mhm.
which is articulating the totality of the engagement that we are creating for the entire business. And when I crack that and do it perfectly, it will be a very happy day for me. So, but we keep pushing at it and we keep finding newer and better ways to tell that complete story. But it truly starts with you understanding that fundamentally great content is a team sport and we do it together. Quality is the standard cost of entry now,
Yeah.
It simply is the standard cost of entry. I have 3 children,
Mhm.
right? And the content that they create and give away for free is, biased mom here, I think, of incredible quality. It has wit, it has depth, emotion. This is what we're all experiencing every day.
Yeah.
The content bar is just so high that I think if people think that it is this binary choice of quality versus quantity, they're kind of losing before they're starting. Now, having said all that, that quality is the cost of entry.
Yeah.
There are times where scale and quantity is critical.
Mhm.
I think that for businesses, particularly businesses that are coming at content from a little bit of a deficit, I think I read somewhere that we're consuming digital media to the tune of 13 hours a day as individuals.
Okay.
So there just has to be a certain level of scale to break through that. You
Mhm.
know, you can't just kind of dip your toe in and dip your toe out occasionally. You have to have kind of a consistent plan or a consistent drumbeat. I don't think that has to be like 30 articles a month, for your blog. There's no set number. It's going to be
Yeah.
very dependent on the company, but yes, you do have to kind of like have that repetition
Yeah.
and that footprint. So I think that companies and individuals to just think about what is the measure that is going to tell them that they've guessed right, because it's all going to be a guess until
Yeah.
you can prove that you've hit the right number. And you'll know when you've hit it because that's where you have the engagement, where you see people coming back, where you see people spending more time with your content, looking at your videos for a longer time, or your newsletter click-through rates are ticking up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Just where you see that smoke, just keep applying a little bit of
Mhm.
the accelerant there. That's always a good policy.